Hello and welcome to Last Time On. This is the podcast where we pick a TV show none of us have ever seen, watch the pilot, roll some dice, skip some episodes, and try to figure out what happened last time on. I'm Xhafer.
And I am Ben, and you are listening to the only podcast on the internet where one of the hosts has gone underground. He's hidden, and you have to look for him secretly in the code of the financial transactions he's doing to let you know he's still alive. Mostly buying gas station burritos.
Maybe some boner pills. Maybe they'll help.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Victor isn't feeling well. He's going through some health stuff right now. We're wishing him well. Once again, we put some positive energy out into the world for him. We hope you do the same. So we're sans Victor on this recording as we go over our Billions GoBack. So we watched Billions. We watched some of Billions. We did our 2 recap episodes, and now we've gone back to watch one more highly rated episode with some context of what the fuck is actually going on in this show.
Yeah, and so the one we picked is our season 3 finale.
Yeah, second highest rated episode, but Clancy Brown and John Malkovich.
Yes.
Which I didn't know when I picked
up.
it. Yeah. God, he is... Beth watched this one with me, and he is just straight playing his character from Rounders, it feels like. Or at the very least, it's the same accent.
He is a weird dude.
He is quite a weird dude in this show. Yeah. I do appreciate that we actually get to watch the Last Time On, because normally we can't.
Right.
Lots of F-bombs in this Last Time On.
Yes. And it is one of those things where it's just like, okay, this is clearly a season of prestige television because there is a lot in that recap, and I'm still like,
yeah,
I got about 70% of what's going on.
And we watched a 25-minute recap of this season days ago.
Yes.
And still, maybe half of what was going on. I either knew exactly what was going on, or I had absolutely no fucking clue with absolutely zero ground.
Right.
In between. Yeah. So, you want to get into this one?
Let's do it.
All right. We open on some capital raising event where Wags smells money.
You smell that? What is that?
A cologne?
No, I smell money.
And did you see who I was so excited to see in this episode and was sad was not in more of it?
Who? Jerry O'Connell?
Corbin Burnson.
Oh, Corbin Burnson. I completely missed him.
Yeah, he's the guy with the beard who's hanging out with Birch. We see him dramatically getting out of a car. If you guys don't know who Corbin Burnson is, he is Henry Spencer, the dad from Psych. He's also the other Q who gives Q back his powers in the episode of Star Trek where Q becomes human. He's also the bad guy in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and it's great.
Yeah. So we cut over. Taylor is late to this thing because they're meeting with John Malkovich. Poor Taylor can't escape the male gaze here, but disregard vagabonds, acquire currency is the name of the game. They're not here to talk about will he or won't he, because that doesn't fucking matter. And Taylor throws it right back at him. It's like, imagine how I feel.
And I did appreciate Malkovich having this moment where he's like, I'm trying to decide if I'm willing to betray Axe. And I am. Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. But hey, why are you leaving? Why are you going your own way? And they reference it. Taylor makes a reference to it's carbon monoxide over at Axe Cap, and it's you don't even feel it, but you got to get out of the house. And I thought that was a cool analogy. Also, everybody, make sure you have carbon monoxide detectors.
Yeah, almost got me once. Crazy. That was a weird day. Yeah.
Also, we randomly have the CEO of Spanx showing up for a 30-second scene.
So there's a bunch of stuff like this. Mark Cuban's in this show. Missed him.
Yes. He was in the season 7 premiere.
Yeah.
That was fun seeing him.
He's in the show more than once.
I'm not surprised. The guy was also in The League.
No! Oh, baby Jeffrey, forever unclean. Oh, God, you're disgusting.
Yeah.
He's not below being in Billions.
For sure. Malkovich makes a deal with Taylor that's going to afford them some freedom. We know how this ends, and I'm guessing this is the start of Mace Capital.
Mm-hmm.
And so all the stuff with Taylor's dad and getting bought out by Axe, that's all coming next season that we saw.
Yes.
Axe talks some shit with Captain Ransom while Chuck goes to foot heaven. Beth saw the scene and goes, "One man's foot heaven is my foot hell."
It's Quentin Tarantino's heaven.
It is Quentin Tarantino's heaven. Duh, man.
So
It
they
is
are
not my heaven.
No, they are
not-
trying to bring the hammer down on Jock, who is Clancy Brown, and they
Yeah.
have their machinations going.
Yeah, he's there to talk. This is the New York AG, and they go over their plan to get Clancy Brown. They detail it, a few ways it could go, and they're like, "Okay, we're doing it," and they start the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Indict his brother. Taylor and Axe make the pitch to the collected rich folk. Magician's greatest secrets revealed on NBC this Sunday at 8 p.m.
I
is their
love that
pitch.
show.
Yeah, I know you did.
While
I
the
think the
family
Alliance is
fled
going to
from
frown on
justice.
this.
But also,
I don't know if we've
this
ever
is-
talked about it, and I knew you loved that show.
Oh yeah. This is the worst pitch I have ever seen because it requires everyone here to know who Taylor is, and it's also like implying that Taylor is like the Jimi Hendrix of stock trading. And it's like Axe Cap was a super successful business before Taylor was there. Maybe you don't want to have your whole business pitch be like, hey, we've got our one superstar player. Do you not want to talk about how, like, hey, I've been the top dog for the last 15 years, and we've got, all these great people. It's just like, come down, see our one shiny object, and this plays right into Taylor's plans.
Brian finds evidence of Chuck hiding a witness, but Kate reveals this is all to fuck Clancy Brown.
Yeah, Brian's just like, aha, I've got him. He's hiding somebody. And it's like, she's like, no, he's actually doing something good for once. And I love Brian just like,
once.
fuck, god damn it.
Axe has a celebratory concert here by the Hold Steady for their big win that day. They so much money, billions of dollars.
Yes. And this is one of those things where it's just like, I've been to some of these corporate concerts. They suck. They are not this fun.
I
And
mean, I don't know the Hold Steady.
this one looked better than some of the ones I've been to.
This is not something anywhere I've ever worked has done. What you've seen some like shit though, right? Like, didn't they have like Big Sean
Snoop?
for one for you? Snoop?
And last year was Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
It's not like,
I mean,
You know,
if it
I'm
had
not-
been the Mountain Goats, you would have been a little more personally excited, I imagine.
But it's also just the, hey, you have been at work for 9 hours, and now we're bringing on a band. And it's just like, I just want to go home, dude. If you did this at 3 in the afternoon, cool. I know Snoop wouldn't care. He just wants to get his money and go home.
More power to him.
Eh.
I mean, I don't care about millions exchanged between Dan Gilbert and Snoop Dogg.
No. But anyway, they have about 40 seconds of this concert, which is about how long I stayed at those concerts.
Fair enough. Brian tells his compatriot about Chuck's plan as Chuck goes to visit Senior to talk over the same plan.
So that guy Brian is talking to is Dake, that internal investigator who had been digging into Chuck Jr. and wasn't able to nail him down, but still is out for his blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Chuck goes to visit Senior to go over the same plan. Senior suggests shifting the pressure over to Clancy Brown to force him to make a mistake. And he does. We know in the grand scheme of things, this is a bad idea.
Yeah. Don't listen to Chuck Sr.
Chuck Sr. kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah. Wrong about most things.
Yeah. Axe and Wags find out Taylor is fucking them, having taken Maffei and $2.5 billion in capital. And they're like, everyone's here but Taylor, Maffei, and Ben Kim. And then Ben Kim rolls in just late because he's hungover. Because the big party.
Also because he'd been stopped by Taylor.
Yes.
But also,
did you assume that was the same day?
Yes, I did.
I did not read it as being the same day, but that makes sense.
Taylor did not do a very good job of this. Just like everybody in the show, like popping out of the bushes to like try and hire people. And it's just like, you should have nailed this down first. But Wags is already drinking at like 8 a.m. when Axe shows up. And that's even like concerning for Axe. He's just like, hair of the dog? Like, what's going on? And he's like, no, man, we're screwed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Ben shows up late. He finally makes it in. It's all like, I said no, guys. There's a fun bit here about Taylor playing up that Ben didn't get a raise. And it's like that being used as ammunition to get him to come over, as Axe reveals that the reason Ben Kim didn't get that raise is because of Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor said, hey, give him the title, don't give him the raise. And then he gave you the title, but not the raise. It's because he doesn't respect you. I'll respect you. And it's like, Taylor, you are a psycho.
Yeah. Clancy Brown makes the call to Chuck as Malkovich calls Axe.
And I love that John Malkovich has a special clandestine meeting house.
That's fun. He doesn't have to sign up for that bridge.
Yeah. Complete with foosball table. Because
I mean, you know what your priorities are.
Yeah.
Malkovich is just like, hey, so you want me to kill Taylor?
Yeah.
And Axe is all like, let me think on it. But he also slaps the shit out of Hall.
Yes. Which is just like, Hall, man, don't go near the crazy criminal kingpin.
Right. So what are you doing? This is a bad idea.
And Axe is just like, can I get a day to think about it? He does make a good point. It's just like, hey, saying no to a person who's just like, how about we murder them, is a dangerous proposition. So you have to make sure you play it right.
Yeah. And Axe goes to see Taylor, needs to look them in the eye.
Another thing Taylor has taken away from Axe is no security, no front desk, no badge scanners, nothing.
Yeah. Just like Axe Cap, he walks right in, gives Maffei some shit, sends Maffei to go find Taylor. and then gives Taylor some shit. He like low key tries to tell them it's all like, nothing is off the table. And I think the whole death threat part is just flying over their head.
Yes. Taylor does not seem to be realizing the level of game they have just stepped up into. You are not playing, coach pitch anymore. You jumped right into, the World Series here.
Yeah. Axe makes a giant allegory comparing it to Everest in the death zone.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, really, he's like saying it without saying it, but he is fucking saying it.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of dead people.
Right? You can die at this level. People will fucking kill you.
And I think part of this is, it seems like Axe actually did trust Taylor. They were just doing a very bad job of mentoring them.
Yes, I think that's definitely the case. We cut over to Chuck, who gets the exact ask from Clancy Brown he was hoping for. Hook, line, and sinker.
Yes. And Jock is saying, like, hey, give me this witness. I just need 10 minutes with him. And one thing they talked about earlier at Foot Heaven that I appreciated is, hey, when he asks you for this, you can't just be like, of course, sir, happy to help, to ask for something.
Yeah, you got to put some skin in the game.
Well, but also make it look like they are doing a favor to you in return, doing some reciprocity. You are in this for your own selfish reasons, and at the end, you'll all be coming out of this, with something you want.
Yeah. Axe talks about killing Taylor with Wendy, and she proposes just waiting. Just like Taylor's gonna fuck up and fail. Just fucking wait.
And I think Wendy makes a great point that they seem like a person where they are used to winning and will not handle the psychological strain of losing well, which we kind of see later.
Yeah, we do.
And so Wendy's just like, sometime they'll have a bad quarter and they will start spiraling and lashing out at people and the whole thing will implode. Just wait. But Axe has his own problems. He's just like, yeah, but I don't want to wait. I want to make them pay now.
Yep. Chuck subpoenas the guy Clancy Brown wants to pressure and bugs the room. And it all works. The AG in New York calls Chuck. They got what they need. Let's meet at your office because mine might be bugged.
Yeah.
After this, Taylor once again ambushes someone on their way to work. Wendy, who says, Jesus Christ, Taylor replies, nope, just me, which is exactly how I'm going to reply to anyone saying Jesus Christ around me for the rest of my life.
But also, it's just, for being like this genius manipulator, Taylor does not know Wendy at all.
Yeah.
And yeah.
There is a play here. There is a your redemption is making sure you don't let me fuck up as bad as you've let Axe fuck up. Like, there is a way to do this where Wendy might see a advantage to siding with Taylor over Chuck in terms of personal fulfillment, which is the only way to appeal to her. But nope, fuck that, get fucked.
Yeah, and Taylor does not believe in loyalty. But they should know Wendy really does.
Yes.
And yeah, so when Taylor's like, there's only money and it can buy you trust and loyalty, no, you just really misplayed that hand.
Yep. You done fucked up.
We then have Axe and Hall talking murder. And Hall is just like, I can murder someone. You were always against that. Like, we don't have to do this. But I have a question for you here, Xhafer.
Yeah.
Who do you think is more ride or die for Axe? Hall or Wags?
I'm sorry, Eleanor, but I engaged a ride or die protocol.
Okay, so Hall, to my knowledge, never leaves Axe's side, right? So when Axe goes away, Hall goes away, doesn't come back until Axe comes back. Wags does go to work for Prince for a couple of years.
I also firmly believe that
All a
that
plant.
is Axe being like, you stay close, you know.
Mm-hmm. I would believe that happened. I will say, okay, I will go to the end of the show then, where Wags says, I'm going to stick around till you get off the ground again, but then I'm out. I don't think there is an out for Hall for Axe. I think that's his ride or die for forevers. And Wags does have more self-interest.
Yeah.
So I would say Hall is the Axe's biggest ride or die. That said, I mean, if you have to ask me which one of the two I want around when I'm making decisions, probably Wags. Like, I feel like Hall's gonna be very pessimistic with stuff. I don't feel like our decision-making styles would complement each other. I think that it's going to be too much conflict because it's going to be too, like, we can't come to a place where we meet in the middle. I feel like I could meet in the middle with Wags on a lot of stuff. I wouldn't take the same approach as him for anything, but I feel like at the end of the day, we can come to a compromise that merges what we're trying to do, as opposed to Hall, where it's just going to be like, did you want me to kill that fucker? And I'm like, dude, get out of my fucking closet. What are you doing in here?
Just stealing intel and plotting murders.
Yeah, exactly. Not interested. But they talk over having Gregor kill Taylor and the implications through that thoroughly. And then Axe turns Malkovich down. He wants to destroy Taylor himself, but Gregor is going to be investing with Taylor over Axe and warns Axe not to fuck with his money.
Yeah, so destroy Taylor, but don't mess with my money. And it's like, that's not how this works, man.
I told you what I'm going to do. I'm being upfront about it. You're telling me I can't now? Fuck that. Although I'm guessing he finds a way to, because we know that Taylor ends up getting bought out. So I'm guessing Axe assumes Gregor's money and manages to do it that way where he doesn't fuck over Gregor and get himself fucking killed.
Well, they kick Gregor out of the country at one point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was in the recap, wasn't it? Anyways, Chuck gets to his office and finds everyone waiting for him. The look on this poor secretary's face.
Yeah.
Just like, I can't be. Why am I here? I should just go the fuck home. Oh my God, this is fucking terrible. I need to get out of here. But nope. Just holds her head in shame and does what she can.
Yeah, and Kate is just like, hey, man, you taught me to play hardball. Sucks to suck.
Yep. Come on in. And this we saw all in the recap video.
Yes.
Clancy Brown knows that he got. We get a lot more context from the episode. The AG turned, Brian turned, everyone basically turned their back on Chuck and was all like, we're going to help Clancy Brown and secure jobs for ourselves and fuck you.
Yeah. Some of them, it seems like the New York AG was more just like, man, he was giving me more than you could give me.
Yeah.
And everybody else is like, no, we personally hate you, Chuck Rhodes.
You piece of shit. Mike Birbiglia drops off coffee, a check, and a big ol' nope to a personal interaction with Taylor.
Yeah. He says, hey, here's some coffee. Here's $500 million. And Taylor's like, hey, there's I think, sushi place that's so secret, like there's no sign, it's just a door. And Birbiglia says, after what you did, I could never open myself up to you again. Xhafer, what happened on her?
What the hell happened?
But I got the van.
We know what happened to her. Axe fucked Mike Birbiglia.
Oh, okay.
That was the whole thing. That's why Taylor was leaving in the first place, is because Taylor had their personal relationship leveraged against them by Axe to make money.
Ah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Axe calls Wendy as they're having a very quiet dinner with Chuck. Axe comes over and the three of them have wine together.
Yeah, and they start, hey, I'm not the U.S. District Attorney anymore, so there's no longer any conflict of interest or anything. We can plot together, and this is what leads to the fun in Season 4, where they're kind of working towards the same purposes. And I appreciate that they go back and forth, but I do like when they get to work together.
Yep. So that's the episode.
Yes.
How'd you feel about Billions? We briefly talked about this before we started recording.
Yes.
We both have turned around a lot on the show.
I really enjoyed this show.
So did I.
Yes.
And I didn't until like we got into season 3, I think.
Yeah.
And we are on the precipice of going on vacation together.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have some time hanging out after everyone's gone to bed. We'll probably be up late. There'll be some people playing board games. I have every intention of watching a couple episodes of Billions with you. And I think we start in season 3. I think seasons 1 and 2, we got the gist. We know what's going on. I'm not too worried about it. I think the show really finds its place in season 3. And I think we can start there and just enjoy some episodes. I think when we're not skipping around, I think we're losing a lot on this show. Like a show like Breaking Bad, skipping around, it does such a good job of being self-referential and making sure that it shows and tells you what's going on that you don't really lose much. And this is one of the shows where there were a couple of times where I did feel a bit lost. That only happens on this show and Lost. So it is what it is. I think viewing it concurrently is going to be a lot smoother experience. I think we're going to get a lot more of the machinations that we both saw it so much in this show, and we didn't really get a lot of.
But yeah, I really warmed on this show. I was worried when it opened with Paul Giamatti getting peed on.
Yeah.
But I think it turned out to be a lot of fun. And I hope Victor felt the same way.
Yeah. Well, Ben, that's the end of the show. And you won this season.
Yes, I did.
With the most correct prediction points, which means you have the dubious distinction of picking our next one.
Yes, I do.
Listener, while Ben is looking through the sheet and making his final decision, this is how we do things here on Last Time On. We're going to take 2 weeks off. That's usually what we do after a show. We give ourselves a little break, give a chance to maybe build up a little bit of runway, record an episode, have a little bit of a break. And then we'll be back with the first episode, the pilot of Ben's Choice. Based off the number of episodes in the show, we will use my patent pending algorithm to determine what dice we roll. Skip those episodes and then keep going, trying to figure out what happened Last Time On. But Ben, have you made your decision?
I have.
What do we want to watch the pilot of in 2 weeks?
We are going to watch the pilot of Alias.
All right. Alias is one I'm very interested in watching. I think I put Alias on the list originally. It's one I always wanted to get around to. It's from that very early era of prestige television. I don't know if it counts as prestige television even. It might be too early for that. I feel like it was a contemporary of Lost, even to the point where it might have aired on the same network in a same day time slot kind of a thing, like watch Alias and Lost. Was it on ABC? Do we know?
It was on ABC because it's now streaming on Disney Plus.
So, Alias is, I believe, where J.J. Abrams cut his teeth too.
He worked on that. Jennifer Garner, young Bradley Cooper. But I know I didn't put this on the list, but I saw it and I'm just like, we did the 90s with Viper. We did the 2010s into the 2020s. Hey, let's take it early aughts. Go Alias. I didn't want to keep us in any of the same wheelhouses or same zones. Also, hey, I'm guessing somebody gets roundhouse kicked.
Yeah, it's a spy thriller show. I think this is a solid pick, Ben. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah. Almost picked Black Sails, but
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. I mean, obviously it's on the list, but I know a lot less about that one. That's another AMC show,
Showtime.
right? Showtime?
no, it's Showtime.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, that's it for us. I guess we'll be back in a couple of weeks with Alias. Unless you
Yeah.
got something else you want to talk about, Ben.
Nope, that was a pretty quick one, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the last couple were pretty long, so I feel like we're hitting a good average.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be back in a couple of weeks with the first episode of Alias. But until then, we have a couple thank yous to say. First up, hey Vic. Hope you're feeling better soon, buddy. We really appreciate you having part of the podcast.
Yep. And feel free to give us a review on your podcatcher of choice, as well as join us over in the Discord. Lots of great stuff going on over there, lots of jokes. It's a really, really nice community.
Yeah. We got to say thank you to Ripe, of course, for our theme music. Thank you so much for letting us use Goon Squad. They put out a new album? Is the new album out yet?
It's about a month and a half out.
Is it a month? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it's on the way. They announced some more tour dates. Go check them out. They're fantastic live. And they're just a great fucking band. So go check them out.
And we'll see you next time on Last Time On.